Good morning and welcome everyone to Aging by the Bay, where we provide families in the San Francisco Bay Area relevant information about healthy aging practices and services. I'm your host, Ajay Sani from ComForCare Home Care. With ComForCare, we can give your loved ones the best life possible by making meaningful connections with the compassionate caregivers we have. Find out more at comfortcare.com or call us at 1 800 886 4044. At Aging by the Bay, we talk about joys and some of the challenges of growing up. And when we get older, what kind of challenges we may have and how we can address those challenges. So, today it's my absolute pleasure to introduce Lara Calvert. And actually, we are again recording over Zoom. So I'm in the studio and Lara is in her office. She is the executive director of Spectrum Community Services, which serves low-income families and seniors throughout Alameda County. Ms. Calvert is an advocate for human empowerment with her work centering on ways to enhance individual lives and our community. She previously served 2 terms on the Fremont Unified School District Board of Education and has been a local leader in many community-based organizations. So welcome, Lara. How are you doing today?
Thank you, AJ. I'm so happy to be here with you today. It's all good.
So let's start. Spectrum Community Service was founded 50 years back. And what are some of the programs that you are running for seniors for so many years?
We've evolved as an organization over the past 49 years right now. We're looking forward to next year celebrating that big 5-0.
Yeah.
But we've evolved over the years to the needs of the community. And when we see a need and we think that we're a good fit to help fill that need, we step up and make that happen. So we currently have 5 different programs. All of them are available for seniors to help them live their best life and age at home with dignity. One of them is the LIHEAP program. LIHEAP stands for the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. And in a nutshell, it means that we help you pay your PG&E bill, or if you live in Alameda, your Alameda municipal power bill. It's actually a federally funded program, and it's eligibility is based on family household income. So if you're low income and you're a senior, you get higher priority. So even if you have younger people living in your home, or if you're living by yourself, we want to help you ease the burden of that utility bill that you have. And you can apply to us once every 12 months, and a credit goes back onto your PG&E bill. Similar and a partner with that program is our weatherization program. It's the same easy application process, but at that point we can help lower your energy bill by coming in and doing energy upgrades like insulation. If your water heater is ever broken and you don't have the funds to fix that, we'll come in and do that for free. Similar with your furnace. We change light bulbs to LED light bulbs, and we do a lot of health and safety things like make sure that you have up-to-date working smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, and that there's no gas leakage in your household. So those are what we call our energy programs that we have. Again, open to anybody who income qualifies. And then I also have senior services. There's 3 different senior services that we provide. The first one is called fall prevention. And no, we don't have anything against autumn. We love the season of autumn. But what we don't like is when we fall down and injure ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Especially with seniors. Yeah.
Especially with seniors. 3 of the biggest risk factors that seniors have are poor nutrition, falling, and isolation.
Mm-hmm.
And at Spectrum Community Services, we have programs to fight all three of those things and help people live a healthy life. Our fall prevention program used to meet in person,
Mm-hmm.
but now with COVID, we have quickly shifted. We're doing online classes. We're calling people and talking to people on the phone. We've turned into a technology assistance program to help older adults get onto the Zoom calls and other technology if they want to, so that they can exercise with us and with their friends from the comfort of their own home. Along with that exercise, we do a lot of education pieces,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't care what age you are, but our bodies change all the time.
True.
And we often only think about that when we see babies going through infancy to crawling to walking to being toddlers, and as we get through adolescence. But our bodies continue to change throughout our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And as we get older, things start changing quickly again. And sometimes it's a little bit harder to see, so we get glasses. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to hear, so we get hearing aids. And sometimes it's a little bit harder for us to prevent falling down if we lose our balance. Our
True.
fall prevention classes really help with all of those pieces and help us be aware of our
Mm-hmm.
surroundings and thoughtful about ways that we might need to change the way we're doing things. The other piece that I talked about there was nutrition.
Yeah.
Having, living a healthy life, that exercise piece is important, the education piece is important, but what we use to fuel our bodies every day is going to help us be more successful in living a good life each day. We're
Yeah.
thrilled to be part of the Meals on Wheels network, and we do both parts of Meals on Wheels, both for those folks who can't get out of their homes and they're homebound, and we bring the meals to them, as well as the more active seniors who can still get out of their homes. And that program we call our Senior Meals Program.
Mm-hmm.
And typically those people would come together and dine together in a group setting. And share with friends, really fighting isolation and making a connection every day. But right now, because of COVID, we have again quickly shifted. We've never missed a day of service, but
Mm-hmm.
we are now providing what's called pick up and go meals.
Okay.
And so seniors who are mobile, they still come to our partner locations,
Mm-hmm.
and they pick up a healthy meal that's made
Uh-huh.
specifically
Right.
for older adults, and they bring it home and heat it up and eat it at home. But they still at least get a bit of activity, get to wave to somebody and say hello during the
Yeah.
day.
Excellent. I mean, these are all wonderful programs, really, really useful. And especially as you mentioned about COVID-19, during these times, it's like all the more important because previously it was easy to go and meet people. Now it's like, the social distancing is in place. It makes it all the more difficult. So how does it work? So today, and also like in general, even before COVID-19, is there a way that is it more need based from the sense like a person needs to contact you, or there are ways where you can find out that these people need help and then you approach, or it's a combination? How does it work?
It's a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Often people come to us directly, or their family members come to us
Uh-huh.
and ask about our services because they're concerned about somebody that they care about in their life,
Right.
whether they live here in our community or live someplace else.
Uh-huh.
Um, and we also have folks from hospitals. So things like Meals on Wheels,
Mm-hmm.
we get a lot of people who are getting discharged from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people think, well, I don't need that. I don't need that help. But you never know. If
Yeah.
you just had a hip replacement or a knee replacement, you will do much better. You will recover better
Mm-hmm.
if you're eating well.
Mm-hmm.
When you get discharged from the hospital and you come home, Meals on Wheels often will come in and help just for like 2 or 3 weeks with
Mm-hmm.
somebody. And then when you're back on your feet and you're ready to prepare your own meals again, and you've got yourself situated, then we stop that service, and we're here again in the future if you need us then. So
Mm-hmm.
just those, times when somebody needs a little bit of extra help, but you don't need ongoing. We have
Okay.
other folks who need
Mhm.
ongoing help, right? They have chronic health issues, but they're still able to live on their own
Mhm.
and in their own home, and they need that extra help from us. So you call us up, or a social worker from the
Hospital.
hospital may call us and do a referral to us. Um, uh, some people don't think about this as an option for themselves, and so their doctor's office or a nurse might make that suggestion just on a regular doctor's visit. And when you really think about it as being something that's proactive,
Mm-hmm.
that an older adult can do to help themselves continue to live a good life. It's not something that you need to think, oh, that's only for other people when
Mm-hmm.
they're not doing well or something like that. No, we're happy to be here.
So this Meals on Wheels program, is it like the earlier programs, Energy and all? Those are for low income. What about this meals program? Is it also available for a person who may be financially well off, but as you rightly said, discharged from hospital and is alone at home? In that case, that person may not be in a position to cook. So at that time, will you look at the income levels, or it doesn't matter?
Great question. All of our senior services are open to anybody who's 60 years and over
Okay,
who qualify.
got it.
So our fall prevention and our senior meals, those pick up and go meals,
Uh-huh.
those are open to anybody who wants to participate with those. We
Very.
do ask about income levels because our
Mhm.
funders are wondering. And so, we'll do a reporting, but we never individually identify anybody. We ask for a donation. It's a voluntary donation, and nobody's ever turned away if they can't give. But if you can give, we ask you to help make sure that our program can continue. Um,
Oh, this is really good.
and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Um, the Meals on Wheels home delivered program,
Uh-huh.
it very much is eligibility based.
Okay.
We do what's called an assessment. So we go through and we get to know the person before we start their service and see what their needs are.
Mhm.
And they need to qualify based on their needs. So, discharge from the hospital is
Mhm.
definitely one of those needs. But, living alone
Mhm.
or living without people who are supportive, if you don't have people regularly being with you, if you're struggling to actually cook a meal.
Uh-huh.
And when I say that, a lot of times people say, oh, I feed myself, I prepare food,
Mhm.
that means, if they can, and that's great. If you can make sure that you microwave something, that you are eating cottage cheese and hard-boiled eggs and things like that. But we have a lot of people who struggle to stand up in their kitchen, who struggle to actually cut up and prepare fresh food, to have a full, complete, nutritious meal every day. And that's where we can help supplement them. And we go through that eligibility. The eligibility will change how many meals a week that we come and bring to you, right? Based on what your needs are. And we will customize that for each individual client.
Very good. Very good. So, what is the geographical area that you're supporting for these programs?
Spectrum Community Services for the Meals on Wheels program, the home delivered. We are in the cities of Dublin, Livermore, Pleasanton, and Sunol.
Okay.
there are Meals on Wheels programs in all of the communities in the Bay Area. And
Hmm.
so if any of your listeners are saying, well, that's great, but that's not where I live, or that's not where my loved one is, and they might need this program, I highly suggest they go to Meals on Wheels America,
Okay.
and there is a button that says Find Meals.
Hmm.
And all they need to do is put the zip code in of who is looking for service, and a list of providers who serve in that zip code area will come up, and so you'll know who to reach out to.
This is very good. So, listeners, please make a note. So, search Meals on Wheels America, and just enter, um, after clicking on Find Meals, your zip code to find the exact location. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something, Lara.
No, I say, so that's that program. Our pickup, our senior meals, we
Hmm.
do up and down the 880 corridor from as far south as Union City to as far north as North Oakland and Alameda.
Uh-huh.
Um, and that has, exploded the last couple of months,
Yeah, I can
as
imagine. Yeah.
far as needs.
Hmm.
And we are trying to make sure that seniors who come pick up a meal contactless from us. It's much safer than going to the grocery store. So every time that we're feeding somebody, we're helping reduce the number of contacts that senior possibly has with others in the community.
Yeah. So, what are some of the challenges you mentioned last couple of months, right? That the needs has kind of like, and it's very much expected. There is more need out there because of COVID-19. So, what are some of the challenges that you are facing just because of COVID?
Well, we have a lot of volunteers who
Hmm.
assist us in
Right.
helping us with delivery of meals, either on site or at homes. And we have found that a lot of our volunteers
Hmm.
are older adults themselves who are very active and
Hmm.
wanting to give back to their community. And early on, we had to say, you know what, for your own safety, we want you to stay home right now.
Hmm.
And we've been thrilled with the tremendous outpouring of support from the community of people wanting to be new volunteers, as they might have been now working from home and being able to get away for a couple of hours to come do this, whereas before maybe they didn't have that ability.
Hmm.
Um, so volunteering has been something that is extremely important to all of our organizations, and Spectrum has been blessed in being able to have people, and we are always looking for new volunteers to come on board. And you can easily put an inquiry in with us through our website.
Hmm.
Um, our website is spectrumcs.org. And right up at the top, there's a volunteer button, and you just fill out a form and we will contact you. In addition, given that we're giving out 40% more meals and 40% more seniors today than we were back in February, we have a financial need.
Hmm.
Just $10 will feed a senior for a day. And so if you think about, look, I used to spend $15 running out to grab a meal
Hmm.
while I was at work. And, for just $10 a day, you can make a difference in a senior's life. Again, at our website, spectrumcs.org, there is a button right at the top of the page that says donate. And you can make a reoccurring donation of $10 a month or $10 a week. You're making a difference in a senior's life.
Excellent, excellent. So, what I'm hearing, because of COVID-19, some of the volunteers who were working and who were seniors, they are now forced to stay indoors or stop helping out. So there is a need for people who are healthy and young and who can do the service. So if they come out, it will help. So that's one area, and the second area is contribution in terms of any donation that may go, and with $10, it's a very good efficiency that with just $10 you can feed a person for a day. That's really good. So these are two areas. Anything else that you want to mention in terms of like how people can help? Or yeah.
You know what? I want everybody to think about those people in their lives that would love to get a phone call from you.
Mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm.
might be here local and they might not, but we all are fighting isolation right now. I
Right.
don't care what age you are,
Mm-hmm.
we're all fighting isolation. We all are having the effects of not being able to get together, not being able to give a hug to a friend when we come and see them. And so I encourage all of your listeners
Mm-hmm.
to pick up the phone
Mm-hmm.
and call those people in your life that you think about, but you don't do that often enough. You can spread the joy of a smile. You can spread the joy to fight that isolation, both for yourself
Yeah.
and for the person you care about. That is a big part of what we do every day. And each person who's listening can easily do that. And I encourage you to do that each day.
You're absolutely right. And when I was this morning, I was driving to the studio, I was just thinking about your program. And a lot of times we are so blessed and we are so busy, we don't even realize that, if we are hungry, we are just late for a meal, for a dinner or a lunch or something because of work or whatever. We say things like, oh, I'm really hungry right now, I can't even think, I need to eat now, right now, I need to eat first before I can do something. And listeners, please think, imagine, like, we are blessed, there are people who are not that blessed. So if we can contribute in whichever way, if we can contribute as a volunteer, we can contribute by giving a small donation to the organization. And sometimes we don't even need to think about organization or whatever. If we hear in our neighborhood community that there are people who may not be able to eat or they may be struggling to get food, if we can directly even provide from our own capacity, whatever we can do, that itself is huge and massive. It's only just we need to look out for, there are people who may need some help. And if we do that, it's a very good way to be thankful, be grateful, and just thank ourselves, that like thank whatever we want to thank, our hard work or God, whatever our beliefs are, in terms of like we are blessed. And if we have something, why not share with people? And especially these people, they have earned it, they have been part of the community, so they have helped the community. And now if they are in need, it's our duty, we are not doing a favor, it's our duty actually to help them as part of the community. So
Absolutely. I love your passion. I love your passion. It's people like you who keep this going.
I'm very happy that you came and you shared all these things, all these wonderful programs that you are running. So I would say now, towards as we are reaching the end of the program, any final thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, or anything you want to summarize?
Um, I would just say reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out. Whether you're in need, whether you think that you just would like to find out more about us, find out more about any of our programs, just reach out. If you want to volunteer and you say you can help, if you can help financially to make sure that we keep being here every day, just reach out. Um, we're trying to reach you,
Mm-hmm.
and we're happy to respond.
And the website is Spectrum CS, computer science, right? Spectrum CS.
community community services,
No,
but
no, no.
yes.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it out easy for people. We are in Silicon Valley, so there are people who are more, techie, and also I was just trying to do more like A for alpha kind of thing.
I
So,
love that.
so now, so again, spectrumcs.org, spectrumcommunityservices.org, spectrumcs.org. So please remember this website and see what all they are doing. And with that, I would say continue doing this great work. Laura, more power to you and your organization. And long it may continue all the great help that you are providing.
Thank you.
So, listeners, thank you for joining us today on Aging by the Bay. The show was brought to you by ComForCare. We hope that you enjoyed the show. And so please give us the feedback. You can visit us on our website, agingbythebay.com. We love your feedback and comments. So if you have any questions for our guests or you want to become a guest, send us an email at info@agingbythebay.com. We will be back next week, same time, 10 a.m. on Saturday. Until then, take care and have a wonderful week.